And we're live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome into the live stream. We got a big one tonight. 11 gamer. A lot of news to go over. A lot of plays to go over. Lots of good plays on the slate, which is great. But it's going to be kind of difficult to narrow it down is what I'm seeing right now because this is craziness. So we're going to talk about it, go over the top plays on DraftKings and FanDuel. A little bit of a special surprise on this stream. If you saw my tweet earlier, if you don't follow me over on Twitter, you should, at KJK_DFS. I tweet out a bunch of different updates throughout the day to help you guys out. I also tweet out picks, etc. So if you're not following me over there, you really should. It'll help you keep up to date on some of my picks, my lock of the night, etc. Anything that's going on new with KJK DFS content. So yeah, anyways, follow me over on Twitter at KJK_DFS. But what I wanted to say is, on this stream, I have 4 different parlay plays of the day. If you are not familiar, parlay play is the sponsor of this channel, and we have been absolutely killing it on the parlay play bankroll challenge. Last pick, we went with the Norman Powell, Trae Young, Anthony Simmons, Clint Capella 4-way pick. That turned $25 into $250. We have now turned $10 into $534.85. Our record is 8-6. That is a very, very good return on investment. So if you're not signed up for Parlay Play, you need to sign up right now. Head on over there. Use the promo code KJK003. You can also use the link down below in the description, and I'm going to be putting the link in the chat. But what I wanted to say was I have 4 different 10x picks queued up on the back end for this stream. What I'm going to be doing is for every 10 likes, I'm going to be giving you guys another pick. I have been trying to get to 20 likes on all these streams. So once we hit the 10 like mark on this stream, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys one 4 pick to 10x your money. So $25. I'm placing all 4 of these for the Parlay Bankroll Challenge. But for the sake of the stream, to get the picks, every 10 likes. So I'll give you guys the first pick at 10 likes. I'll give you guys the second pick at 20 likes. If we don't get quite the amount of viewership that we need to get to those likes, and the support's there, we're asking questions, I'll be nice about it. But that's how we're going to do this. So I have 4 different picks that I'm locking in for the Parlay Bankroll Challenge. I'll reveal on the channel tomorrow what I went with. But every 10 likes, I'm going to be giving you guys another one. You can turn $25 into $250 tonight. Hit that like button on the stream. Once we get to 10 likes, I'll give you the first one, 20, the second one, 30, the third one, etc. Like I said, if we don't quite get the viewership in here and, we're getting good questions, good support, I will be a little bit generous probably. But regardless, we got to get to that 20 likes. So that's what we're going to be doing here. And let's get into the questions, the breakdown, the good stuff. I know we got some people coming in here right now. So we're going to talk about DraftKings first. We're going to talk about FanDuel second. Patrick, welcome in. To Prince, how we doing? Mitch Dad Gaming, how are you doing tonight? Let's see if we have any questions. Is Drew Holiday a good play? Mitch Dad asked. Yes, absolutely. There's no Giannis Antetokounmpo. Drew Holiday is going to get a big bump up. Drew Holiday is a fantastic play. Who's your lock of the night? I don't have a lock of the night tonight because I did not produce a video earlier, which I think I'm going to start doing on these larger slates because with everything going on with these health and safety protocols, if I make a video on such a large slate, nothing is relevant. I would have made a video this morning when Giannis was still in. All of the news that we've gotten throughout the day, I don't even know where else to begin. But you get the point. If I would have made a video earlier, pretty much every single thing that I would have said would have been completely irrelevant to what we're dealing with right now for a slate. So I'm just live streaming, giving you guys the latest. And we will get into the picks right now. I've got my projections pulled up on the side here. The only other thing is that I will mention to you guys is if you're not a premium content member, you should become one over here, patreon.com/KJK_DFS. You get access to my premium NBA projections, NBA data sheet, player stats, team stats, play contact stats, and my core plays. So you know exactly who you should be playing. I'm going to put that link in the chat right now, patreon.com/KJK_DFS. And, let's get into the breakdown, guys, right now. I usually do game by game. We have a ton of games to go over, though. So for the time, I'm going to just do game by game again, but we might be a little bit quick. I'm going to be a little bit more direct to the point as far as the top plays as we're going along here. Try not to waste too much time because we have a lot to get through. So we got 10 likes. So there's your first parlay play pick of the day. I will get to that on this stream. You got one parlay play already. So Detroit taking on Charlotte, guys. First game on the slate. We got a 230 over-under in this Houston Wizards game and a 228 over in the Charlotte-Detroit Pistons game. So two very fast up-tempo games to kick things off right away. The first thing that I will say is with Trey Lyles expected to start, he becomes a pretty great play on both websites. He's only priced at 4.7, pretty good fantasy point per minute producer. He's taking on a Charlotte Hornets team that we love targeting all season long. They've been terrible. They were the worst team defensively for quite some time. They've now been overtaken on my Patreon sheet. If I look at my defensive half-court and putbacks tool, by the Houston Rockets, who are now the worst defense, but Charlotte's still terrible, bottom 5 defense in the league. We'll love targeting them with these Detroit guys. So Trey Lyles, first one, he's underpriced on both websites. I think his upside far could surpass his price tag by quite some bit. So I like him quite a bit. I think the pay-up option in LaMelo Ball makes a lot of sense in this one, 9.6. The only thing that's going to keep him back from having a fantastic game here is the blowout with the large spread. But if the game stays close, 10.5 point spread, LaMelo Ball is going to absolutely feast in this spot. And I think his ownership could be pretty low because he's had some bad games the last 2 times out. But you got to keep in mind, he was coming off the health and safety protocols. He's getting back in the groove of things. He only played 23 minutes and 31 minutes last time. He's starting to ramp up. And if there was ever a spot to really break out, I think this could be it. Taking on a Detroit Pistons team that does rank 23rd in the league in points per possession rank. So LaMelo Ball also going to be a great option in this game. I would advise you to not get too much exposure to either side. Kind of pick your top plays. My top play, like I said, upside at his price tag would be Trey Lyles on the Detroit side. I do like Saddiq Bey and Cade Cunningham as pay-up options in this game. Hamidou Diallo also you could go to. He's a little bit of the third option, I would say, though. I'd say he took the biggest hit with Cade Cunningham coming back. So I think Saddiq Bey and Cade Cunningham are your top pay-up options in this Detroit side. Like I said, I do love targeting the Charlotte Hornets. So if you're going to players in this game, those would be the guys I'm going to. And yeah. Houston taking on Washington. We have Bradley Beal, Kyle Kuzma both getting a ton of usage these last couple games. Kyle Kuzma has been unbelievable. 44, 53, 66 DraftKings points, and now he gets to take on, as I had just stated, the very last worst defense in the league right now on my premium content defensive sheets. 30th overall in points per possession. 230 over-under. Kyle Kuzma, Bradley Beal going to continue to be fantastic plays. We did just get confirmation that Raul Neto is going to be limited to about 30 minutes off the bench in this game, which does bump up Bradley Beal even more. That means Bradley Beal is going to be starting as the point guard once again. So I do love Bradley Beal. I do love Kyle Kuzma, and I do think that Raul Neto is a viable value play off the bench because 30 minutes out of Raul Neto at his current price tag across the industry would certainly do it for you. Only 3,300 on DraftKings. He could get there in a big way. They're shorthanded. They're dealing with a bunch of injuries. So I do think that he's another viable value play, especially on DraftKings at 3.3. Makes a lot of sense. And Daniel Gafford, lastly, another fantastic play, 6'4". We're going to talk about some games that I'm not too intrigued to target, but this game, definitely not one of them. I love this game. Gafford, there's still no Montrezl Harrell. His minutes should be pretty solidified here. Good fantasy point per minute producer. And for that reason, going to make a ton of sense in my lineups tonight. I like him on DraftKings. I like him on FanDuel, which we'll talk about second on this slate. But yeah, so those are the top guys I'll be looking to in this game. Running back on the Houston side, honestly, I have a lot less interest on the Houston side. You could go to a Kevin Porter Jr. You can go to a Christian Wood. Christian Wood's way too cheap on DraftKings. That's one guy that I would certainly be willing to play at 6.2 on DraftKings. He grades out as a phenomenal play for me in my projections. And he's someone that you should definitely be taking advantage of the price tag because that is a price tag mistake as far as Mr. Christian Wood. He's a lot more expensive on FanDuel as he should be. So on DraftKings specifically, I really do like Christian Wood. Mitch Dad says, Hero a solid play tonight. Yes, he is. Fantastic play. There's no Jimmy Butler, so he's going to get a big bump up. We will talk about that, but to answer your question, yes, he is. So, yeah, so that's the top guys that we're going to there. Philly taking on Orlando. Philly's dealing with a lot of injuries right now. So they're going to be pretty interesting target. We just got confirmation that Wendell Carter and Cole Anthony are both in. Just came through on my phone here on the side of my alerts. So just so you know, those guys are in. And for that reason, all these Orlando guys are going to take a bit of a hit. On the Philadelphia side, though, there is no Shake Milton. There is no Matisse Thybulle. There is no Ben Simmons, obviously, as there continues to be. There is no Tyrese Maxey. So, I mean, that is a lot of usage to go around on the Philadelphia side. We're going to see point guard Seth Curry. That's going to be a big bump up to him. He's going to have a lot more assist upside. The Orlando Magic are very bad defensively. So, once again, a team I like to target. Seth Curry, Furkan Korkmaz, Danny Green, Joel Embiid is going to be a great option on this slate tonight. The Orlando defense, once again, has been terrible. Joel Embiid has been beasting and feasting as of late. And he is going to be a tremendous pay-up option. There is going to be a lot of good pay-up options. So This is going to be a slate where it feels like I'm saying everyone's a good play, and I apologize because I really try to narrow it down for you guys, not be so broad and really help you out. But the fact of the matter is there is a ridiculous amount of good plays on this slate. So the good thing is if you have a question in the chat, definitely let me know. And if there's a guy that I wouldn't even be considering, I will let you know right away because there's so many good options. If you say someone that I just wouldn't even consider, I'm going to let you know because there's not many good options, guys. So Joel Embiid, fantastic option on the Orlando side. I have a lot less interest in the Orlando side, to be honest with you. They're getting healthy. They're all coming back. Cole Anthony's going to be back now as well. Everyone's price tag's inflated from the roles that they were taking on when there was no Cole Anthony. Now we have the full starting lineup back. Mo Bamba, Wendell Carter Jr., Franz Wagner, Cole Anthony, Terrence Ross, RJ Hampton off the bench. So for that reason, not really all too interested to be targeting the Orlando side. I think there's some much better options that we'll talk about as we go along the slate here. San Antonio Spurs taking on Boston. Once again, this is a game I don't think I have any interest in targeting this game. Both teams are getting completely healthy. The price tags are inflated on both sides. DeJounte Murray's back. Derek White's price tag has come way up now compared to what it was. With DeJounte Murray being back, I'm not really too intrigued there. Jakob Poeltl, Kelvin Johnson, like all of these guys are going to take a hit in their usage. And no one's really standing out to me, to be honest with you. Not to mention this game comes in with a 223.5 over-under. Not the best environment in the world to be targeting. A 7.5 point spread in favor of Boston. I really don't think there's anyone in this game that I want to be getting exposure to tonight. So, honestly, this game's going to be kind of a full fade for me. Are there guys in this game that could certainly surpass their price tags? Yes, but like I said, for the sake of time, with so many good plays, we're going to go ahead and just skip over this one because I really don't think it's the greatest game environment. Golden State Warriors taking on the Dallas Mavericks. There continues to be no Kristaps Porzingis. For that reason, that's going to be a big bump up to Mr. Luka Doncic. His usage should be through the roof. Problem is, the Golden State Warriors have been very good defensively on the season. They are one of the best teams defensively. I'll pull up my premium content here on the side sheet. Let's see. The Golden State Warriors are first overall in the league in points per possession rank. They are the very best defense. I do not want to be targeting them. I would suggest that you don't target them. It just doesn't make sense to be doing on this slate. So Luka Doncic, good payoff option from a usage aspect, from a defense aspect, and his opponent. Really don't like the matchup all too much. Looking at the Vegas lines, it does come in with a 214.5 over-under with a 4.5 point spread in favor of the Golden State Warriors. Once again, not the best game environment. There are so many good games on this slate. For that reason, I'm probably going to be underexposed to this game. Jalen Brunson does get a big bump up in usage without there being no Kristaps Porzingis as well. His price tag is pretty inflated right now, though. The Golden State Warriors side is completely healthy. Outside of Andre Iguodala and Otto Porter Jr. are resting. So we should see more usage, more run for Damian Lee or Jordan Poole. So those, and a Gary Payton. So those would probably be the guys that I'm willing to go to in this game. Gary Payton, Jordan Poole, and lastly, Damian Lee. Those guys do make a lot of sense. They do get a big bump up in usage with those guys being out. So those would be the ones that I'm looking to target in this game. Outside of that, really not too intrigued. There's a lot of other options. Adam says, hit that like button. Yes, sir, Adam. If you're just joining the stream, guys, every 10 likes you get, I'm going to give you another 10x parlay play of the day where you can multiply your money by 10. If you haven't signed up for parlay play, check them out. Use that promo code KJK003. Click the link down below in the description. I'll also put it in the chat for you guys right now. But I will be giving you guys, for every 10 likes, a $25 pick that will turn your money into $250 tonight. I will be placing 4 of them tonight for the parlay play bankroll challenge. But for every 10 likes, I'll be revealing it on screen. So check that out. Sign up today. Use that promo code, and I'll be giving you guys picks for every 10 likes. So, Golden State Warriors Dallas game. That's pretty much all that she wrote there. Brooklyn taking on Indiana next game. Big piece of news here is that Kyrie Irving is returning. For that reason, that is going to make me have a lot less interest on the Brooklyn side. Practically no interest on the Brooklyn side because Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, James Harden, all going to be cutting into each other's usage. James Harden and Kevin Durant's price tags are now way too expensive. So I'm going to be getting all of my exposure in this game to the other side of things. The Indiana Pacers are very short-handed. They were already dealing with a bunch of injuries as is. Now we got confirmation that there's going to be no Torrey Craig in this game either. Chris Duarte is going to continue to be out. And for that reason, we're going to have a lot of interest in this game. Jeremy Lamb, questionable, so that's a big piece of news to keep your eyes on, but he's doubtful once again. Don't really think he's coming in. I don't think any of these guys are coming in. And for that reason, 2 of the top 5 plays on the slate hands down, not even close, are going to be Kiefer Sykes and Dwayne Washington on the Indiana side. These guys are way too cheap. Their price tags have not been adjusted. Sykes is only 3.3 over here on DraftKings. I think he's like 3.7 on FanDuel. These guys are way too cheap. They are easy value plays to be getting in your lineups. Their production has been fairly respectable. Kiefer Sykes putting up 0.76 DK points per minute. Dwayne Washington putting up 0.76 DK points per minute. At their cheap price tags, that is more than enough production to pay off. So Kiefer Sykes makes a lot of sense to me. You could also be taking a look to a Dwayne Washington Jr. Both going to be phenomenal plays. Dwayne Washington Jr. is priced up a little bit. But fact of the matter is he's still in the low 3K range. On FanDuel, he's only 4-1. Two of the top value plays on the slate. These guys are going to allow you to get all the pay-up options in your lineups that you want to. And I would highly suggest that you get quite a bit of exposure to them. I mean, they were already getting a ton of minutes as is. Now you take out a Torrey Craig, they're going to need even more minutes out of these guys. We also have a little bit of a narrative with Lance Stevenson returning to the team. So if you want to go to some Lance Stevenson at minimum salary, have at it. Whether his minutes are really going to be that high is to be determined. But he is coming back to the homeland in Indiana. So if you want to go with some Lance tonight, don't hate it. And yeah, I mean, those are the guys you want to look to. I think that Domantas Sabonis is going to be one of the top pay-up options on this slate tonight, especially because he was absolutely terrible last night. He had a ton of ownership. And that is the best time to play guys like this. Everyone's all ticked off that he sucked last night, and they're not going to want to play him. But guess what? They are making a massive mistake because this guy's upside is huge. He had one bad game. He's still going to play, around 40 minutes. He still puts up a massive amount of DK points on a permanent basis. Same thing on FanDuel. And he should still be a phenomenal play for you tonight. If you're not playing him tonight because he did bad for you last night, you're making a mistake. You're being stubborn. You're not playing DFS right. So my number one piece of advice would be to go right back to the well with Domantas Sabonis. I know he let a lot of people down last night. But, the fact of the matter is, we gotta play some Domantas Sabonis tonight. He's going to be a phenomenal play. The Indiana Pacers are so shorthanded. They just became even more shorthanded. His usage is going to be through the roof. Same, it can be said for Miles Turner at 7K. He's going to be a phenomenal play with some more upside. And as far as anyone else, Justin Holiday probably gets a big bump up here, to be honest with you. He's not exactly the best fantasy point producer. I really don't like playing him. But you take Torrey Craig out of the equation, and now he's like forced into another, probably 40-minute game here type of deal. So I like Justin Holiday a lot more than I typically would. And O'Shea Brissett off the bench also going to be a phenomenal value. So you get the point. The Indiana Pacers are going to really provide you a lot of value on this slate tonight. They're really shorthanded. They're going to need these guys to step up and play big minutes. Would highly suggest that you are getting some exposures to the Indiana Pacers. So that's my breakdown there. Moving further along here, guys. We got 14 likes. So I'm going to go ahead and take a quick, brief pause here. Give you guys a parlay play. If you didn't know, parlay play. Sponsor of the channel, guys. I got a pick today. Looking at the last pick that we went with. Let's get these social medias off the channel. We went to Norman Powell, Trae Young, Anthony Simmons, Clint Capella. We were able to turn $25 into $250. Our current bankroll sits at $534.85 for the bankroll challenge. We started with $10, which you get for free when you sign up using my promo code KJK003 or my link down below in the description or the link that I'm going to be putting in the chat right now. $10 to $534. When you sign up, you get an instant max deposit up to $50 using my promo code. They will instantaneously, if you put $50 in, you get a free $50 back. You get $100 to play with. If you put $10 in, you get a free $10 back. I think there's a minimum deposit of $10. I believe. Don't quote me on that. It could be like 15, but regardless, throw 20 bucks in. You get a free $20. It's worth it. You're going to get these picks. Look at the results. $10, $534.85. And we are over 10 likes. So, first pick for the day that I am rocking with here to turn $25 into $250 is this. LaMelo Ball, Sadiq Bey, Terry Rozier, Cade Cunningham, all over parlay points. The parlay points, that is the fantasy points on the Parlay Play app. Make sure that you pick parlay points. Click the little button above the player's head and change it to parlay points. Don't click on points or rebounds, etc. We need the parlay points. That is my pick. $25, 10x pick. That's the first one. For every 10 likes that we get on this stream, I'll be giving another pick that you can turn $25 into $250. So, there's your first one, guys. Lock it in. Love the pick. Fast up-tempo game. Sadiq Bey, Cade Cunningham. Usage is going to be way up. Their lines are too low. I got them both projected in the mid-30s. They're barely over 30 for Sadiq Bey, 28.5 for Cade Cunningham, too low. Terry Rozier, LaMelo Ball, same thing, too low. Have them both projected. LaMelo Ball is the main usage guy. Like I said, his minutes are ramping up coming off the list. Love these picks. Lock it in. That's the first one. $25 to $250. We have 3 more. Hit that like button, and I will reveal those on the stream. So, there's pick 1. Let's get along the slate a little bit further. We got Utah taking on Denver. In this game, my exposures are really going to be reliant on, well, first of all, I just jumped the gun a little bit. We might have had a few games. I didn't mean to. Okay, so let's go to the Toronto-Milwaukee game. This game, big news. There's no Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is a big piece of news. That means that Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis, Jordan Nwora, if he starts, those 4 plays are phenomenal plays. You should be getting lots of exposure to these guys in your tournament lineups. Jordan Nwora, way too cheap. If he does play tonight, fantastic play. We're still waiting on the news. But if he's in, fantastic play, going to be getting a lot of exposure. I know for a fact, regardless, if he's out, it's just going to be even bigger a bump up to some guys. But Bobby Portis, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, 3 of the top plays on the slate. You need to be getting a lot of exposure to these guys. They're all underpriced. Not expected to have Giannis out. He got ruled out with an illness. So all 3 of these guys are fantastic plays. They should be top priorities for you in your DFS lineups tonight on both websites. Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis. Love them all. On the other side, running it back with Toronto, this is expected to be a pretty fast up-tempo game. A 221 over-under, 3.5-point spread in favor of Milwaukee. Do love targeting the Toronto side as well because their minutes are very solidified. They have a rotation where they run these guys out a ton of minutes. Last night, they didn't even play their full allotment of minutes because that game turned into a blowout. Right around the low 30s. Typically, they're going to be in the high 30s. So, Fred VanVleet, great pay-up option. Pascal Siakam, great pay-up option. And it doesn't stop there because they have Scotty Barnes and OG Anunoby, both of which are a little underpriced, who also play in the high 30s. So, no issues with you mixing these guys in. OG Anunoby, specifically over on FanDuel, is way too cheap, which we'll talk about once we get over to FanDuel. But do certainly like getting some exposure to this game. Gary Trent Jr. also on the Toronto side. The strategy, I mean, you can't be playing all these guys, obviously, in your same lineups. If you're playing multiple lineups, you got to kind of sprinkle them in. The top 2 options are obviously Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam. They're the top pay-up options, the top fantasy point producers. But as far as getting there at their price tags, Gary Trent Jr. continues to be my favorite. He plays 30-plus minutes. He's 6'1". He's cheap. Put up 30 DraftKings points last time. He just has the most upside at his price tag. If we do get confirmation that there is indeed no Jordan Nwora, DeMarcus Cousins may see a big tick up in minutes as well. He would become a phenomenal play on this slate tonight. Oklahoma City taking on Minnesota. This is probably going to be one of the games that I have the least amount of interest in, to be honest with you. D'Angelo Russell went through shoot-around. Karl-Anthony Towns went through shoot-around. They're expected to return. And they probably will be, somewhat limited in the return would be my guess. And these other guys on the Minnesota side are priced way up now with their roles when those guys were out. So it's going to be a no for me. OKC side, same thing. A bunch of these guys are priced up because some guys were out. Ty Jerome. We now have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander back. We now have Lou Dort. I mean, not Lou Dort. Lou Dort is out. Josh Giddey back. So Josh Giddey and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would be my top 2 pay-up options, or top 2 options in this game overall. But outside of them, not really too intrigued to play anyone. And they're not exactly the top priority for me on this slate either. So that's my breakdown there. Utah taking on Denver. The Utah side is really banged up. So these are some big pieces of news that we really need. There's no Joe Ingles already. Hassan Whiteside's expected to return. Rudy Gobert did not go through shoot-around. And so for that reason, I'm assuming he's out. That's going to give a big bump up to a Hassan Whiteside. He's going to be a valid play. Also, Donovan Mitchell, with all these guys being out, going to be a great pay-up option. He's going to have a ton of usage. Donovan Mitchell, great fantasy point per minute producer. His price tag is very reasonable across the industry. Once again, a guy similar to a Drew Holiday, similar to a Chris Middleton, similar to a Bobby Portis that we discussed. Phenomenal pay-up option with all these guys being out. So Donovan Mitchell going to make a lot of sense on this slate tonight. Mike Conley would become a much better play as well if there's no Bogdanovich. And, Bogdanovich is really the biggest piece of news. If there's no Bogdanovich, Jeremy Lamb's out. Chris Duarte's out as expected. Malcolm Brogdon is out as expected. So that just came through. So just so you guys know, no surprises there. But we just got all that news on those Indiana guys. They're all going to be out. That is exactly what we expected. So, no surprises, but just to confirm that to you guys, they all are indeed out. So, but anyways, if Bogdanovich is out, that's going to give an even bigger bump up to these guys. We're going to be taking a much harder look to a Rudy Gay and an Eric Pascal as well if he's out. But Yeah, mainly Rudy Gay would get the biggest bump up, but also, I mean, Mike Conley, Jordan Clarkson, and Donovan Mitchell. Those three guys would just be really, really, really good plays if we do get confirmation that those guys are out. So that would be my approach on this slate tonight. For the Utah side of things. On the Denver side of things, you can run it back with a Nikola Jokic. They are starting to kind of get healthy here. The biggest thing with Jokic is I really didn't have a lot of interest in him because Rudy Gobert is a really good defender. You put Hassan Whiteside in, he's definitely a big step down from Rudy Gobert around the rim. So Jokic certainly willing to pay up for him. I just question if at that 12K price tag, he's really worth paying up for with some of these other guys getting a big bump up with their teams being shorthanded. Aaron Gordon has returned. Monty Morris is listed as questionable. So I'm not sure that Jokic is going to be top priority for me on this slate. I could regret that. He's obviously, like the top fantasy point producer in the league, but I just think there's a really lot of good guys, such as a Donovan Mitchell in the 9K range or a little bit below that are getting a big bump. We talked about Donovan Mitchell. We talked about Chris Middleton. We talked about Jrue Holiday. We talked about Joel Embiid with a bunch of guys being out on Philadelphia. So yeah, that's just kind of my thought. We talked about Domantas Sabonis on Indiana with their team completely depleted. So those are some guys that I just listed off. And we're going to talk about this game. Atlanta taking on Sacramento. Fast, up-paced game. Both these teams are terrible defensively. This one is going to be a shootout. So this is going to be phenomenal fantasy point environment. 234.5 over-under with a 2.5-point spread in favor of the Atlanta Hawks. Certainly have a lot of interest in this game. Trae Young was my lock of the night last time. Absolutely went off. Siakam got in foul trouble early. I'm looking to play him again, Adam says. Yes, absolutely. Van Vliet was over fantasy points last night at halftime. Yeah, Van Vliet's been absolutely killing it lately, so love him. Both minutes are solidified. Joker Embiid, and any love for Mitchell tonight? Dwayne Moody, I just answered both those questions, so if you just tuned in the stream, understandable, but I do love Donovan Mitchell, and I think Embiid's the top play over Nikola Jokic because the 76ers are dealing with more injuries than the Denver Nuggets are. So that would be my analysis there. This game, Atlanta Hawks. Guys, if you're just tuning in, by the way, every 10 likes that we get on this video, if we get up to 20 likes, I'm going to give you guys another parlay play to 10x your money over here. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. And, yeah, that is my PSA for you. So, Trae Young, going to be a phenomenal pay-up option once again. He was listed as questionable with the back injury, but he went through shoot-around. I'd expect him to be a full go, full participant in shoot-around. That's typically, the top sign of whether a guy's going to be in or out. Trae Young, once again, phenomenal pay-up option. This game environment is going to be crazy, so I love Trae Young. Clint Capella at the center position, also going to be a guy that has a huge ceiling in this game, so I'm going to love him. Damian Jones on the other side, with there being no Rashawn Holmes, no Maytu, continuing to start at a 4,200 price tag. He's too cheap. I love him. Really had a letdown game last night. Typically a very good fantasy point producer. His price tag really hasn't come up that much across the industry, so for that reason, Damian Jones, phenomenal play once again on this slate tonight. And, yeah, I mean, that's the main pieces. De'Aaron Fox continues to be really cheap as well, and he's finally starting to step it up here. We saw him score 30 real life points last night. Once again, this game environment is great, so I think De'Aaron Fox is a great play on this slate tonight. And those would be my top options in this game. But overall, I mean, you could just load up. Marvin Bagley, we only saw him play 24 minutes last time with there being no Maytu. That was a bit of a surprise. So that's a little bit sketchy to be going there. But we did see Terrence Davis listed as questionable is possible to return. So Terrence Davis also could be cutting into Bagley's usage. I think Damian Jones would be the lean that I would go to. My favorite plays in this game would be the 2-point guards, De'Aaron Fox, Trae Young. Fast up-tempo game. Their assist upside is going to be huge. Their scoring upside is going to be huge. Love both of them. Last game, guys, on DraftKings before we head on over to FanDuel. And this game, Miami taking on Portland. 2 big injuries. There's no Damian Lillard. There's no Jimmy Butler. There's no Bam Adebayo. So both sides get a big bump up in usage. So certainly a lot of interest in this game as well. Kyle Lowry, big bump up with there being no Jimmy Butler. Tyler Hero, big bump up with there being no Jimmy Butler. Omar Yurtseven, big bump up with there being no Jimmy Butler and no Bam Adebayo. So those guys. Also, Portland is god-awful defensively, so their team I've been loving to target. So Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, Yurtseven, all grayed out as phenomenal plays for me on this slate tonight. I would certainly be willing to get some exposure. Looking at the defensive half-court and putbacks tool over here on my Patreon content, you can see that the Portland Trailblazers are 29th overall in the league in points per possession rank. They are, second to last in the league. Just do not do a good job of guarding the three-point line as well. We've been targeting with three-point shooters all season long, and for that reason, Tyler Hero is going to be a great option. His upside is going to be huge here. So I highly recommend getting some Tyler Hero exposure tonight. Yusuf Nurkic on the other side, on the Portland side, we saw him return. Only played 26 minutes, put up 46 DraftKings points. His price tag has not been adjusted. Over on FanDuel, he's even cheaper. Do have a lot of interest in him. I think we could see him play a lot more minutes in this one. That was his first game back. He's got some conditioning under his belt now. He should be good to go. Anthony Simmons, another fantastic value play with there being no Damian Lillard. Put up a career high, 43 points last time. Do I expect him to go out there and score another 43 points? No. But do I expect him to play at a very efficient pace for his price tag? Yes. And I do think that he is, once again, a great play here. So I do like Anthony Simmons quite a bit. Cody Martin as well, or Caleb Martin, I'm sorry, not Cody. Cody's on the Hornets, Caleb's on the Heat. Caleb Martin, going to be a great play as well with there being no Jimmy Butler, 4-5, too cheap. And once again, taking on a Portland team that is really bad defensively. So Caleb Martin, I do like as well. And those would be the guys that I'm mainly focusing on this game. Norman Powell, Yusuf Nurkic, Anthony Simmons, the main three on the Portland side. Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero, and Yurtseven, the main three on the Miami side. All six of which are going to be pretty great plays here. So, do like them. Questions in the chat. Are you playing on DK or FanDuel tonight, KJK? I am going to be rocking on FanDuel tonight. Let's go. Whiteside or Damian Jones on FanDuel? I like both the plays if there's no Rudy Gobert. We didn't get confirmation that there's no Rudy Gobert yet, though. So, honestly, man, it depends upon the rest of your lineup. My builds on FanDuel, it's, ridiculous right now. It's really difficult because there are so many good plays. You should absolutely love your lineup no matter what. It's just, someone has to come in first, and somehow you have to be different, and that is the part that I'm struggling with because I don't know how to be contrarian. I don't know who's going to be playing who. I don't know where the ownership's going to fall because there are so many good value plays, guys. There are so many good plays on this slate. It's ridiculous. So just play the top plays. Feel good about it. Feel confident. I mean, all these guys should smash tonight. I know we talked about a lot of good plays, but if you're locking in the guys that we've talked about so far, you should be feeling really, really great about your lineups. And it's really that easy on this slate tonight. Caleb Martin or Max Struss on DraftKings. I think both are viable plays with Max Struss returning. It'll be interesting to see who starts. Obviously, who starts would probably be the most intriguing to me. So I do like both those plays, depending upon who starts. I think Caleb Martin would be my favorite because I'm banking on him starting, though. So yeah, let's talk about some FanDuel. We kind of covered this slate already, but we'll talk about FanDuel real quick. A lot of what we talked about is going to apply over here on FanDuel as well, to be honest. It's kind of a straightforward slate, like I said once again. Two of the top value plays on the slate for me are going to be Kiefer Sykes, Dwayne Washington Jr. They both grade out as, two of the top value plays on the slate on the Indiana side. They were getting a ton of usage. They're getting a ton of minutes. Their price tags have not been adjusted accordingly. For that reason, they're going to be two of the top plays on the slate. These guys are going to play in the upper 30s minutes, and their price tags are really, really cheap. They're taking on a Brooklyn squad. That's really not good defensively. So those two guys going to be top priorities for me in my lineup. Kiefer Sykes, Dwayne Washington Jr., phenomenal plays. We talked about Jordan Nwora. If he does play on the Bucks tonight, going to be a fantastic play alongside Bobby Portis, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. Bobby Portis, phenomenal play over here on FanDuel where his price tag's only 5.7. He's going to absolutely smash at that price tag. That's way too cheap. The only thing that will stop him from smashing in the spot is an injury or foul trouble. And to be honest with you, at this type of price tag, I think he could get in foul trouble and still smash at this price tag. So, love Bobby Portis. Daniel Gafford, Omer Yurtseven. We talked about both of those guys over on DraftKings. The center position is absolutely loaded. It's going to be very difficult. You have Joel Embiid as a pay-up option. You have Domantas Sabonis as an option. You have Clint Capella as an option in a fast, up-tempo game. You have Miles Turner with the Indiana Pacers being really short-handed. That's a phenomenal play. You have Yurtseven, Daniel Gafford. You have Hassan Whiteside if there is no Rudy Gay at a 5.3 price tag, who would be a phenomenal play. And you have Damian Jones all the way down here at the 4K range as well. So you really got to hit the center position tonight. It's really important that your center goes off. And the question is, who do you go to? Because there are so many good plays. But I just named off all the top ones for you, so hopefully that helps you out. As far as anyone else, Tyler Hero, we talked about him. Priced at 6.5 over here. Phenomenal play with there being no Jimmy Butler. That's too cheap. He's going to absolutely smash on both websites tonight. Love Tyler Hero. So we already discussed him, but I will reiterate. Tyler Hero, great play. Portland, terrible defending the three-point arc. Tyler Hero, rumor has it, is very good at shooting threes. Rumor has it. So definitely be getting him in your lineups. Anthony Simmons at 5.5 on the Portland Trailblazers is going to be a phenomenal play as well, with there being no Damian Lillard. Another guy that's too cheap at his price tag that I would certainly be willing to get a lot of exposure to on FanDuel. Jordan Clarkson, we talked about the Utah Jazz being really short-handed, especially if we get confirmation that there is indeed no Bogdanovich. Jordan Clarkson priced in the mid-5K range. Once again, going to absolutely smash at that price tag if all these guys are out. Just too easy to be getting him in. And yeah, that's a pretty good rundown of FanDuel, to be honest. Donovan Mitchell, obviously a great pay-up option. Kyrie Irving expected to play around 30 minutes in his debut. So what does that mean? That means I'm probably not going to be playing Kyrie Irving, and I'm probably not going to be playing anyone else on the Brooklyn Nets because he's going to be cutting in into enough usage. That's a no for me. Beal on FanDuel, question mark. Yeah, I love Bradley Beal. He's a lot cheaper over here on FanDuel. He's going to be starting at the point guard position once again in a fast up-tempo game, taking on a Houston Rockets team that ranks dead last in the league defensively. So Bradley Beal, absolute smash spot. Love to play. Donovan Mitchell, absolute smash spot. Love to play. Drew Holiday, absolute smash spot. Love to play. So, I mean, you get the point, guys. This slate's loaded. It's absolutely loaded. Seth Curry, great position as well. He's starting at the point guard position. He's going to have a lot more assist upside, a lot more scoring upside, everything. So, I mean, there's just so many options, so many good options. It is very difficult to narrow it down. This would be a great slate to play a bunch of lineups. I typically play one lineup. I've been a one lineup guy for quite some time in DFS. I know that's kind of crazy. In today's modern DFS, you would think I'd be building multiple. I do at times. Honestly, this would be a slate where it'd be a great time to be building multiple lineups because every lineup you build, you're going to love. So many good options. It's just that easy. I mean, it's just, like I said, I can pretty much guarantee you if you're somewhat on the right page, I'm going to say it's a good play. Like, let's see. We have questions here. Do you think you can go Washington Sykes in the same lineup? Yes, absolutely. Best small forward pay up, Beal, Kuz on FanDuel? Yes, I love Kyle Kuzma on FanDuel as well. There continues to be no Spencer Dinwiddie. For that reason, he's going to get a big bump up. This Houston-Washington game is played at a huge pace. The guy's been absolutely balling. 50, 59 DraftKings or FanDuel points the last two games out. And he's grabbing a lot of rebounds too. 14 rebounds, 12 rebounds. So it's not as if he's relying strictly on his scoring. So Kyle Kuzma, fast up-tempo game. Yes, he is a great play. Best Raptor on FanDuel. The best Raptor on FanDuel for his price tag for me is going to be OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby is priced all the way down to, where is he? 6'4". That's way too cheap. He's a lot more expensive on DraftKings. So over here on FanDuel, I think OG Anunoby's price tag is a great one to take advantage of. So for that reason, he's my favorite Raptor. Best play from Detroit. The best play from Detroit for me is going to be Cade Cunningham or Sadiq Bey. I mean, they're kind of close, to be honest with you, but Cade Cunningham's price tag is cheaper, so I'll go with him. I just think his upside at his price tag is really great here. Played 37 minutes last time. The Charlotte Hornets are really bad defensively. They're a great team to be targeting. Cade Cunningham could have a huge game here. So for that reason, I think Cade Cunningham makes a lot of sense. All right, guys, we got up to 20 likes. So what does that mean? That means I get to reveal another parlay play of the day to you guys. If you aren't signed up for parlay play, check them out. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. You can also check it out. Link below in the description. You can also use the code KJK003. I'm going to give you guys a pick right now on parlay play. That tonight, if you risk $25, you can turn into $250 two nights. Let's check it out here. Pick number 2. Bum, ba-da-dum, drum roll, please. And boom. Bucks. Raptors. We talked about the Bucks being shorthanded. We talked about the Raptors' solidified rotation. We talked about the fact that it's an up-tempo game. Chris Middleton over 32.5 parlay points. Pascal Siakam over 35.5 parlay points. Drew Holiday over 34.5 parlay points. Fred VanVleet over 33.5 parlay points. Love this pick. Once again, fast up-tempo game. A lot of minutes for all of these players. Minutes are solidified. No Giannis Antetokounmpo makes it so that Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday get a big bump up. They should hit these lines easily on this slate tonight. And I love this pick. So head on over to Parlay Play. Use that promo code KJK003 to get an instant match deposit up to $50. And you get a risk-free $10 to play with as well. That's what we started this bankroll challenge with. We have not deposited. I started with $10 free. I've tracked all my picks live on the channel here. So if you've been here following along for the ride, congratulations, because you've been winning a lot of money. And we turned that $10 into $534.85. So, also, guys, there's a free play on Parlay Play. So hop in the free play. It's free. There's no reason you shouldn't be. You can create an account and play the free plays anywhere as well. You don't need to be in a location where it's allowed in that state. So hop in. I'm already hopped in over here. January 5th. It's free. First place takes home $36. Third through 10th is $4.50. Second place, $18. 11th through 20th, $3. And I just picked the over for everyone and clicked around random. These aren't really my picks on the screen, to be honest with you. I haven't gone back and corrected these to what I actually think they're going to be. But, yeah, these are all the picks that you'd have to make. And it's free. So hopping over there for the free play after you make your account, might as well. There's 511 out of the 550 participants tonight. Nothing wrong with taking advantage of the free plays. DePrince says they change now. Yeah, they typically do change because I'm sure they change because I've been trying to get people to lock in these picks. So those are the lines that I got them at for the Parlay Play Bankroll Challenge. So I just want to show the lines to you guys on the screen, just to be honest with you. But regardless, I think these guys all score 40 plus. So if the lines are under 40, I'm still taking the pick. I still love the pick, and I can pretty much guarantee the lines are under 40. So let's go ahead and pull it up live on the screen. Let's see, Chris Middleton. Let's go 4 picks above Chris Middleton's head. Change it to parlay points, 34.5. Yeah, I would still take the over on that. Pascal Siakam, parlay points, 36.5. I would still take the over on that. Drew Holiday, 35.5 parlay points. I would still take the over on that. And Fred VanVleet, 33.5. I would still take the over on that. So yeah, Fred VanVleet, Drew Holiday over, Pascal Siakam over, Chris Middleton over. Go down, $25, place that bad boy. If you get all 4 right, you're going to be turning that into $250 tonight. And I already gave 2 picks out, so you could be winning a total of $500 tonight. So head on over there, use that promo code KJK003. And let's win some money over there tonight, guys. Looking forward to it. And I have 2 other picks hidden behind the wall. If we can get up to 30 likes, I'll give you another one. If we don't, I will reveal them tomorrow on the channel. Let you guys know how I did for the Parlay Play Bankroll Challenge. But we already gave you 2. And if you're a premium content member, I'm going to give you all the picks in the Discord chat. So don't worry. Premium content members, you get all the picks. You guys show me support. I got to give you all the picks. I appreciate it. And if you want to become a premium content member, you can head on over here, patreon.com/KJK_DFS. You get access to my premium NBA projections, NBA data sheet, player stats, team stats, play contact stats, core plays. And you can also become a member of the YouTube channel, guys. If you look below all my videos, there's a button that says join. If you join, you get the KJK DFS logo next to your name in the chat. I know right now we only have 2 members, and I'll shout them out right now. We got Patrick and Claw. Patrick and the Claw are the 2 members on the YouTube channel. And you get premium, what am I trying to say here? You get priority in the comments. So if you become a member, there's multiple levels, guys. I got to pull it up on the screen for you guys one of these times, but you can support me. It's a monthly payment. You can become like bronze, silver, gold. It's just to show support. If you win big money in a tournament or something, you can become a member and just, donate that way. But you could just buy if you're on a budget or something, get the cheapest package available, or you don't have to at all, but I just wanted to throw it out there as another option to show support. Regardless, I give this free content on the channel every day. Just some more options to show support and get a priority answer in the chat. So, I got to bounce out of here, guys. I'm going to update my premium NBA projections, NBA data sheet, player stats, all that fun stuff. I got to make my own lineups, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, hit that like button before you head out. And we'll see you in the next one. I'm going to wait around one more minute. If you have any questions that you really, really want answered, please drop them in the chat, and I won't leave you hanging. I will answer them right now. But if the questions are dying down, I got a lot of stuff I got to do here. And then I got a business meeting right after. So, if you want to leave any more questions, please do. I'll answer them. You got 60 seconds to ask me. And if not, I'm going to bounce out of here. I'll be updating my core plays, my projections, all that stuff for my premium content members, which you can become one using those links down below in the descriptions. And yeah, looks like we don't have any more questions, so I'm gonna bounce out of here, guys. Adam says, does the dollar Discord get parlay picks? Yeah, man, if you're in the Discord, you get everything. I might be charging for the parlay picks soon here, the way things are going. Nah. But yeah, if you become it's at a discount all month. It's a New Year discount. So just so you know, that'll be going back up to the standard $10 in February. But for the time being, it is only $1 for the New Year's, for the holiday season. I've been leaving it as $1 to give you a sale. February, it's going to go back up to $10. So I just don't want you to be blindsided by that. If you are a Discord package member, come February 1st, you will be charged the $10. But I'm going to have to kick everyone out of that package anyways, because when you change the price on Patreon, you have to remove them and then repost the package. So you won't be charged. You'd have to rejoin, but it would be $10 moving forward. So, yes, sir. The prince says, don't do that. I don't know what you're talking about, man. But I'm always open to feedback. Adam says, send link. I'm also joining YouTube right now. So here's the thing, Adam. If you sign up, you're going to automatically, there's a bot that's going to give you access to the Discord package. You just sign up for this package, and then you'll see the Discord, and you can connect your Patreon to it, whatever your Discord package is. So it's all automatically done. And you're joining YouTube right now. Fantastic. I appreciate your support. You'll have the KJK DFS logo, and you'll also have a bunch of different fun emojis that you can pop in the chat as well. And I really appreciate your support. Sean V says, we need MLB back. KJK NBA is too much of a headache. I agree. I love the MLB. I am really looking forward to it. Hopefully this season is good to go, and these owners and players can reach an agreement, because as of now, the MLB might not even be starting. So, but yeah, I appreciate your support for the MLB content. And if you didn't know, I do cover MLB. Been a top player in MLB for 4 or 5 years now. So if you're looking for a place to learn how to play MLB DFS as well, you've come to the right spot. But I got to bounce out of here, guys. I got to go. I got a lot to do. I wish you all the best of luck on the slate tonight. If you enjoyed the stream, hit that like button. Wish you all the best of luck tonight. We will see you in the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.